Good morning, Groovers. How are we all? Well. We are currently in Bangkok and I wanted to take you for a walk around this local area that I stay when I come here. In fact, I'd probably look at this area to live if we ever came to Bangkok, and I'll explain why. But I just wanted to show you, I'll just give you a little taste of Bangkok, and I wanted to chat to you about what it takes really to be able to either leave your country and become a nomad or relocate, because not many people talk about this, but I really think you need to have a certain personality. I think you need to have thick skin, but how am I trying to articulate this? Good morning, everybody. It is a balmy Saturday morning. We are relocating today from Bangkok. I'm in one of my most favourite cities in the world. I love Bangkok, and let me preface this by saying I'm not a big city guy. I used to be when I was younger, and but there's something about this city. This city is magical for what it is. I'm going to take you for a little walk around the neighbourhood. I'm going to go and grab a coffee. As I said, we are relocating today. We're going to be heading down to Pattaya, and so this is our last day. I came back here for 4 days to do an interview with someone else and do some other stuff, but yeah, so we're checking out. I'm going to go and grab a coffee, but let me just give you a view from the office today. And I wanted to just take you for a walk and give you a taste of this little crazy city. I wanted to give you an authentic taste of the noise. I was going to take you down some quiet streets, and then I was thinking, no, I want you guys to really experience what this place is like. That's the BTS over there, if you can just see it. And what I love about this hotel, but the BTS is right there, so I've got access to everything I need. That subway will take me everywhere where I need to go. So this is the view from the office, and we're at the Convenience Park Hotel in Punnawithi. All right, and let's go and grab a coffee over at the 7-Eleven, but we're going to go through. It's going to be noisy, but I wanted to chat to you about what I want to chat to you about what I think you need to be thinking about if you're going to come here, or if you're going to relocate as an expat to Southeast Asia. Not just Thailand, but everywhere. Look at this beautiful sunsets breaking through the pollution and the clouds. But isn't that gorgeous, guys, huh? You know, when I see that sort of view, I thank God that I'm alive for another day. Very, very grateful. But it's not all unicorns and fairies, guys, my lifestyle. The nomad lifestyle is not easy. Anyway, let's take you through the hotel. It is early still. It's like 6:30. All right, I've got to be quiet here. And so I've been thinking about this topic for the last couple of weeks, because as I travel around doing my videos, really trying to make the YouTube work. And so there's a few things I wanted to chat about. One was having a thick skin to be able to do what I do, and number two is having a thick skin to try and do the whole YouTube thing at my age. Now, it's an easy task for anyone who's younger. Hang on. Yeah, it's an easy thing for the younger crew to do what I'm doing. Anyway, this is the front of the hotel. Right. So I'll show you how quick it is to get to. We're going to get over here to the subway. It is, you know, it's funny because it's Saturday morning, so I always see some of the working girls crawling out here in the morning. So they've obviously looking after some clients last night in the hotel. And there's one back there waiting for a taxi, but yeah, interesting. Anyway, just a side note. But hey, look, Bangkok is not for everyone. Now it's going to get noisy, guys, and I'm doing this on purpose because it's all part of the chaos. All right, it's a very, very noisy city. Could I live in Bangkok? I think I could do a year here, to be honest. So I'd have to settle in and see how I go. But it doesn't mean I don't love this place. Look at this. So I'm under the BTS here. I'll let you in on something. There's a guy, he sleeps under the bridge here every day. I see him in the evening. And I'll tell you what I've been doing. So there's a guy who normally sleeps here, right there, or here, right? And, oh, the money's still there. Look, I leave money under the rock. So I've been putting money under the rock for him. That's his pillow. So every time I go past, I put some coins under the pillow. He hasn't found it yet. I did it last time I was here. So this is Punnawithi BTS. I'm going to have to button off here. I'm getting some glitches on the camera, so I'm going to have to button off. So we're going to head over to the 7-Eleven. I'm going to grab a coffee. And I'm sorry if I'm a bit all over the place this morning. I'm a bit exhausted. Again, I'm gonna have to rethink what I'm doing with my YouTube. Because it's been a little slow lately, and you know, I take everything I do very serious, and it's not easy. It's not easy, guys. So I've walked over the BTS. Oh God, he's scared. So I'm going to run in, grab a coffee. I'll button off here. This is the local 7-Eleven. Alright, we got our coffee. Alright, I'm going to take you down one of these little main roads here. So yeah, we're in Punnawithi. Look, it's chaos already. It's only bloody 6 o'clock in the morning. It's funny, I came down here and I bought a sandwich from that lady there, right? And then there was a lady next to her. They sell sandwiches, right? And they must make these fresh in the morning. And I rather buy off the street dealers than, you know, than going to 7-Eleven all the time. I'd rather give them the money. And so she's got a competitor who's normally set up right next to her. excuse me. And so I asked her, I said, oh, how much are your sangers sandwiches? She said, oh, 50 baht. It's like, oh, 50 baht. And I'm like, now I know they're only 25 baht because I asked the lady next to her the day before. Because I said to her, oh, I'm not going to buy, I normally buy a toastie or something from 7-Eleven. And anyway, cut a long story short, her competitor tried to charge me the flang price. And of course I said no and was mannered about it. Didn't make a big deal, said, no problem. I let her know. I was like, oh, 50? Oh, gee. Because you can buy a sandwich in 7-Eleven for cheaper than that. So I ended up grabbing one from the other lady for 25. It was a bloody nice sandwich too. See, these guys are at it already. Work, work, work. Oh, yeah. Got the barbecue going already, guys. I'm going to go down one of these back streets, but I go down this main street here. It's an offshoot off the main drag, and it's where all the really good food is. Again, you're getting your local food pretty cheap, but I'm going to go down one of these back streets because it's almost like, well, it is, it's suburbia out here in a fairly busy part of Bangkok. And as I said, I love Bangkok. I love Bangkok. How long could I handle it? I don't know. We're going to have to put it to the test. But I wanted to talk about, we all have the dream of coming out here. See, there you go. That's it. And I might do a loop, but I want to talk about the dream of relocating as an expat, the dream of coming out here to a paradise compared to the reality. And as I said, I think it takes a particular personality to be able to do this. Not all of you are going to be able to handle this, especially coming from the West, where we've had all of these wonderful creature comforts. We're used to a particular way of life. We're used to, we're used to a certain food. We're used to be treated a certain way. And that's something you've got to think about. And, and I know a lot of you just enjoy the content. You just enjoy these sort of videos. And I do too. I love travel videos because it is a really nice way to be able to experience this sort of lifestyle without having to do it yourself. But, as time ticks by, I think to myself, not everyone's going to be able to do this because firstly, you've got to have a thick skin. Number two, you have to have a bit of a nomadic spirit. I've always been a gypsy. I grew up I was a military kid early in the day. We travelled a lot. So I was kind of born into the gypsy life. So, and of course my career extended that, being in the music business and then in the film game. I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted you guys to think about that, and just road test everything you do. If you think you want to come out here on a holiday for a month. And don't just come out as a bloody tourist, guys. Now check this out. Let's go down here, because this is just a quiet little street, and we'll see how it changes so quickly. And as I said, I would come out here and road test. You know what? I'm going to take the left up here because there's some really nice villas up there. This one looks a bit too quiet. Yeah, my biggest piece of advice would be to come out here, road test it. And I don't mean coming out here with fat stacks and larging it, living it up. Come out here and live like a local. Book a hotel that's off the beaten track. give yourself a tight little budget and try and survive on that money. You know what I mean? Coming out here as a holiday is a totally different ballpark. And trust me, I've done it both. I used to come up here all the time, and it's a bit different when you're working, you know, you're working and you got a stack of money in your pocket. But when you're over here living like I am now, and as I said, I came out here unemployed, guys. I'm not retired yet. I can't claim my I can't claim a pension or anything just yet. I'm not old enough. I'm close to it. There's another street. I do want to go down the left. I'm going to cross the road. Hang on, guys. So now, look at this. Look how quiet it is. It's just instantly quiet. And this is a little suburban area. And it's quiet, guys. Listen to it. Huh? Instantly. Now that I can handle. So it doesn't take much to get off the beaten track here and get away from that noise, because it does do your head in. This is Bangkok. We're in the middle of it all here. And just off the beaten track. Here, I'm going to take a seat here for a minute. Have a rest. Oh. Morning. My arm's going dead. All right, we'll keep going. I've got to keep going because I've got to go back and pack up. We're on the road again. And I'm actually going to drop my tools today, and I'm going to make a more personal video and see how that goes. I want to share the day in the life. Swadee Kap. Good morning. They're just normal guys here chilling out. Lovely house. I love these terrace houses, the originals. Have a look at them. This is all very typical, normal. Good morning. And lovely people, guys, honestly. I don't know how they put up with us, to be honest, guys. I don't know how these lovely people put up with us. Oh, someone's getting fed. Some chili. Swadee Kap. Oh, I've come to a dead end here. Oh, it's a dead end. Oh, okay. Looks like we're heading back, guys. It's a freaking dead end. But you can see so you got all the original houses here, and then on this side, all your condos. And this is where you'll pick up a bargain. These sort of condos here, see them? And it's quiet, it's not bad. But again, I'd want a gym and a pool. The other thing to note, and I'm going to do a video about it, is there's a big difference between a nomadic existence over here and being settled. Right now, I'm doing the nomad thing. And you know, there are pros and cons. It's not as chilled as just coming over here and settling. So I'll show you what it's like here to get on the, so that's Punnawithi up there, you can see the sign. And we're going to go up the stairs, go past my sandwich dealer. I should get something. We go up the escalator and you jump on the BTS. So this subway pretty much takes you to all the major locations here in Bangkok. Very cheap, very efficient. Yeah, I love it. It's nice not having to worry about the car. But again, if you want to do this, get over here and get a taste of it, guys. Don't up and leave. Alright, I'm going to jump in this elevator here. So this morning's little walk and talk, yeah, it's really just, today's about reflection for me and taking inventory of what I'm bloody doing here. The other thing is my daughter called me, my youngest daughter, who's late teens. She's like, oh Dad, why did you have to leave? And you know, it was a bit sad. That's the hardest part for me, was leaving my kids. But I'll tell you why. And I had to explain to her, it wasn't like, because I love my kids, guys. I absolutely love my kids, and I'm not one to run away from responsibility. That's not what I came out here for. And I had to explain to her the situation that I was in. That I lost my job. The only reason that I had a rental is because my mate rented me his house, and he rented it cheap at the time. So the house that I was renting, you know, on a normal market, was probably only worth $450 a week. But because of what's going on in Australia, that $450 has turned into $750. So my wonderful friend let me rent his house for 2 years for $550. So I was getting that house $200 a week cheaper, and I couldn't afford $750. And for $550 that I was paying, you can't get anything. I'd be lucky to get a 1-bedroom apartment if I could get one. And that's how bad it is in Australia right now. I don't think, especially people outside of Australia, understand what's going on. It is critical what is happening. I saw my eldest daughter was homeless. Let me just change batteries, guys. I want to finish up here. I'm going to change batteries because it's nearly dead. All right, I'm back. Might as well sit here. It's nice and peaceful here, so we'll finish off here. So going back, yeah, so my daughter, she contacted me. We were talking the other night, and I was trying to explain to her. She was like, oh, can't you just get a job like normal people and all of this stuff? And I'm like, darling, she doesn't understand. It wasn't really about the job. Now, getting back into my career at my age is near on impossible. The age discrimination is just rife in Australia. It's just out of control. I'm out of the picture, and that's why I had to do what I'm doing. I made that decision that I'm going to get into content creation for myself. And like I said, I have that 2-year window. We are now at the 6-month mark, and we're doing pretty good. It's just I put a lot of pressure on myself because I want to perform better. I want to earn more money. It's just not enough right now. So, you know, you get into a bit of a panic mode, but so as I was saying, going back to the real estate, there's no housing in Australia. We went from a country that had an abundant amount of housing. This was just over COVID. So something happened during COVID where they really jacked up the they flooded the country with immigration, and it really caused a ripple effect in the housing market. And you can't just go from having abundant housing to no housing overnight. That doesn't make sense. Something's going on, something is wrong. And to not even be able to get a rental, it's an absolute hideous situation. My eldest daughter ended up homeless just because she couldn't find a house. She had a job, she had everything, but she was relying on the rental system over there and couldn't find a rental. And I ended up in the same situation. When I separated with my wife, I left. We decided to part ways because the house opportunity came up. But then after 2 years, my landlord's like, Jeff, I got to get more money, you know? And I'm like, well, I can't afford it. So even if I was still at my job, I'm not sure where I'd be living right now. I'd probably be living in a pokey little apartment that would have taken me 6 months to get. And I just wasn't prepared to put myself through that anymore, guys. And I knew, okay, I had X amount of money, X amount of savings. I could come over here and pursue what I need to do here. And I said that to my daughter, don't worry, I haven't abandoned my family. It's just I'm here for work. This is FIFO for me. It's kind of a FIFO, you know. Sadly, I have no intentions of going back to Australia. I just have so much resentment, what happened over COVID, what happened with my job. So there's more to it, guys. There's more to my story than I've let on here. And I will slowly reveal what happened, but it was traumatizing how I was treated, especially during COVID. And I don't want to get into that right now, but I carry a lot of resentment, and I'm just not going back. I'm not going back. And if I do it, it's, you know, I'll go back to tick the boxes for now, what I have to do to stay as a resident, and also keep in touch with the kids. And when I start generating some decent income, I'll just bring them up here, or I'll go back there. So yeah, today's a bit of a mental wall for me, and you're going to have these days when you're in another country. Like I said, I have no qualms with Thailand myself. It's funny, I'm watching a lot of videos, you know, Falang and Westerners are leaving Thailand and this place is so bad and blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on, guys. I think a lot of people who come over here and end up going back, they've either miscalculated or it just didn't work for them. And that's the point of this video today, is really, have you got a thick enough skin to leave your country for a country like Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia or Laos or whatever it is you're chasing? Have you got a thick enough skin to be able to leave the modern day convenience of the West and live a new life like a local? Because I'm not over here living like a Westerner. I'm living like a local. I have my girlfriend, thank God, because, and that's something you want to think about. I just think being with Patchy has made my life so much easier here. And I would still do it as a single guy, but I think it would be a totally different experience right now at this juncture in my life. If I was a single bloke, yeah, I'd have to really, I'd have to knuckle down on my budget. Well, not so bad. I guess I'd probably do better with the budget, but I mean, I digress. But anyway, I hope I haven't got too deep for you, but I just wanted to share the good, bad and the ugly. It isn't just a glamorous life. It isn't just unicorns and fairies doing what I do. I am going to dedicate a couple of good videos to the day in the life of a middle-aged YouTuber on the lower end trying to survive over here. And it's not easy, guys. It's tiring. It's exhausting at times. If you are trying to push the business as hard as I am, and you can't, it's not just me grabbing the GoPro in the morning and going for a walk this morning. I wish it was that easy. I wish I could just do that. And there's some streamers out there that I really envy that can do that, that have a big enough channel where they pretty much just do uncut versions of themselves. And so I got to rethink. Today I'm going to, on my trip down to Pattaya, I'm going to have a rethink, and I think the next video I'm going to go off script, or I'm going to go off my plan, deviate a little bit and do something a little bit more meaningful for me, and then we'll see how that goes, and then I'll get back on script. But anyway, from Bangkok, here's my view from the office this morning. I am still totally grateful that I can do this. I'm still totally grateful that I am in this position, chasing whatever it is I've got to do, the challenge. I do like the challenge, but again, I think being away from my family, you know, you just need to have your family around, and being around everyone else's family is one thing, but being away from your own is something you've got to think about, and be prepared for those emotional ups and downs, because you're going to have those days. You're going to wake up and go, shit, you know, where's my kids, or, you know, what happened to my marriage, or what happened to this, what happened to that. You'll have those days. Some people can get over that barrier, or some end up in the bar, sitting at the bar for weeks and months and years, and you become one of them. That is not what's going to happen for us. We've got too much to do. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're all planning your next trip, your holiday. It's not just about retirement, guys. Whatever you're chasing in life, I hope that you're putting it in place. But I'm going to check out. I'm going to go up and have a shower, because I've just sweated my butt off. Doesn't take long on a day like today. And we're going to pack our stuff, get back on the camel, and head off into the desert, as we do. You guys take care, and I will see you on the next one. Au revoir.